Hello everyone. How's everyone doing? I have returned. Henny, are you okay? Are you okay, Hanny? Hello Rob. Hello Fulgrim. Hello Panda. Hello Chao Caglion, if I pronounced that correctly. Hello, welcome. What else is there? Let's see. Hello Terminally Unknown, welcome. Thank you, Lucifer, for the tier 1, 2 months. Let's go. Hello Badger. Hello Boss, how you doing? Boss Hunter. Who else is here? That's about it for now. But yes, for those that are new here, what army do you plan to paint? Yes is a valid answer. And thank you, $2 for the follow. Rev got second. Hello, Rev, and third. Wow. Yes, good day to you too. Then buy it, we will. Well, no, it still gave me the alert that you did, so. You're greedy. Yes. Hello for all you listed as stream time. Ah, jellyfish. Hello, Lika. How you doing? Yes, I am back. Background popular demand me. David in the YouTube. Wow. Wow, David. Hello, Nicholas. How you doing? I just returned from jury duty. Ah, nice. Sounds like fun. Wait. And it's good to see that all my stuff is still working. Wait. I gotta check if this one's still working. No, it's not working. Damn it. Give me a second. I need to figure out what's going on. Where's my sound alerts?
Oh my God, he's so
Yes, the same. I'm one and the same. I'm going to eventually be getting a brand new VTuber model one day. A Tacticus ad. Oh shit, wait. Dude. Hang on. Oh, there it is. It worked. It's just really late. Ah. Yes, it works. Hello, Tony. How you doing? But yeah, how's everyone doing? Ah. Stop it. Stop it. Why? Ah. Yes, I think the 2 weeks I took off from streaming helped a little bit. You should go over the pile of shame pictures. However detailed you want to go into. Decided what child by Saturday. I'm actually know the usual. Yeah. Did everyone get their pre-orders in for the new box? Because I know I didn't, because I don't want the box. It is mid for Space Marines.
You dare to refuse my major?
Yes. You miss me? Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Now I need to scroll all the way up for the stuff that was posted. I need to start opening photos. Hey, when was the last time I did show us what you got? Hang on, I need to check this. New horse racing market resub. I don't want the 11 legendaries. I'm gonna say the new horse heresy stuff was not really a quote-unquote big announcement in my opinion. The last one. Okay, so yes, there is a lot to go over. Can I handle? Yes, I can, David. I mean, after you posted that thing in the Warhammer chat, I was like, oh, maybe I should have David on, and I'm like, maybe not anymore. After what he did. My own joke. The fuck you calling a boomer? Slow Auxilia, Lehman Rust from your LGS. Nice. Okay, so this person isn't even in the server anymore. Deleted user? What the fuck? Well, someone got, someone's Discord account got deleted. That's funny. There is a lot of photos I gotta get rid of. Not rid of, through. Bleh. Well, I am gonna have to get rid of photos so that way my RAM isn't eaten up by Firefox, although thank God it's not Google Chrome, because that thing is a RAM monster. That thing loves eating up RAM. And also Chrome doesn't let you use ad block anymore, so not even really missed. Whoa, excuse me. The God boss is a crime to be hungry. Wanted for Hungarian worms. We have seen the Warhammer selling store and the model plane beat that. Oof. Okay, I gotta also make sure for everyone that is just posting their stuff, make sure you mention if you want feedback or critique, or make sure you mention that in your post. Because if you didn't, then yeah, it's getting skipped. That do be how it works. Yeah, the next video, the last video, the one that I posted on Friday, did not do too well. So I'm hoping the next video I do is gonna be a fucking long video, because it's gonna be how to play Warhammer. So I'm hoping that one doesn't die in the algorithm, which is why I'm doing it for now. Okay. Which is why I'm doing it, because I want to hit the algorithm for the new edition. Uh-oh. Armory was fun to paint. I don't know. I haven't painted mine yet. New Squalor. Busy missed everything that posted Friday. Why is David blue? Because David's a moderator. He is a moderator in the chat too. God damn, Lika just paints so damn fast. And really well. What the fuck, man? He paints more in a few weeks than I do in the span of 2 months. Hey, thank you, New Squalor, for the 5 gifted subs. Absolutely good shit. Oh yeah, that reminds me too. I need to do that also because it is a new month. So let me do that too, because I can gift subs, give 5 memberships. Am I not allowed to do that anymore? Huh? Am I not allowed to do that anymore? What the hell? Hang on, give me a second. No, I don't want to do that. There we go. I just can't do it on mobile. Let's see who gets it. Nobody that I recognize. Well then, okay. But yes, let me see how many photos I've opened up. Okay, is that enough for now? Yeah, I think that's enough. That's plenty of photos for now. Let me make sure. So the last one was that one. And how many photos are there after that? Okay, that's a good separation of photos. A good stopping point for taking 10-minute break after I do that one. What is your favorite Legion in the Heresy? Dark Angels. Easy. I am new to the streams. How to Show Us What You Got work. So the way Show Us What You Got works is you have to be in the Discord. Thank you, Birdie Flips, for the Twitch follow. Shut up, David. Characters, chairs, and people. Yes. So you have to be in the Discord, and the Discord is 18 and up. If not, you can just post it on the YouTube community tab, and I'll look at it there. But usually those are done last, because it's easier to get them out of the Discord. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. So you then post them in the Show Us What You Got channel after you join the Discord. Remember, it's an 18 and up server. And so then what you do is you type if you want critique or feedback, and you have to post a minimum 4 images of your miniatures. And make sure the miniature is in focus too, because if it's not, yeah, not really good to look at it. That makes it harder for me. Okay. So let's get this show on the road. Starting with, I believe, the very first one is from Robzilla. Make sure that it's actually showing the correct thing. Yes, there it is. There we go. Okay. Let's look at some miniatures. Oh, yeah, also let me move my stream chat actually over to the side, so I can actually read chat too. YouTube Kids channel? Hell no. Fuck no. That is a terrible idea. But yes, so let's start looking at this miniature. So from Robzilla, we have the Krieg Artillery Team. Let me see what he said for the feedback thing too. Ah, no, I don't want that window so large. Okay, critique and feedback. My artillery team began with the fixes you suggested. Also want to show you the gun and how it came off the base. Thank you guys for all the feedback and support. And obviously, goose for scale, what else? And tip for those who want an already team. Paint the rocket salvo first because the paint and paint after it's built. This is why sub-assemblies are a godsend for the large stuff. His fingy broke. Oh, wow. I just realized that. I wouldn't have noticed that if you didn't say anything. I would not have noticed that. It's just a bionic finger. Let's put it at that. Okay, they're looking, so far it's looking pretty good. A lot better than when you first started doing Show Us What You Got. Oh yeah, also I forgot. I have to... Where? I was like, where's my soundbar? I'm like, oh, I'm not in the Discord server. That's why. I'm not in the voice chat. Cool Steel Legion. Wow, David, wow. Okay, why do I keep getting that? Okay, yes, let's start looking at the miniature. So we have some nice rust weathering too on the helmet. Paint's also looking a lot smoother too, which is good. You're not going too heavy on the wasp, which is also a really good thing. A lot lighter, less pooling from the wash, as I remember from seeing from last ones. Still the funny guy with the binoculars. Very good, very good. Looking very good. Ickbard isn't here to make the jokes. Yeah, Ickbard is at work. Ickbard's working. He is, like I said, he's been afflicted by the job application, especially now people saw in the Discord what he said. In the Warhammer Gen chat. Oh god damn it, I see what David posted. Space Marine faction packs. I want to look at that, but I have to do this. Host is that word. Shut up, Fulgrim. I am the host. Painting anything the last couple of months. I've been building 2K of Iron Warriors. Nice. Did you buy the Iron Warriors Warsmith? Custodians are banana splits on one of these bad boys. I want to look at those faction packs, but I can't. I have to do this. How about, nah, actually no, because then I won't get a break from speaking. I won't be able to grab a snack. So yeah, very cool. Charles. Yeah, it's looking pretty damn good. Looking real good, Rob. You're doing real well. Much improvement over last time. A lot of improvement. And goose for scale, although it's not next to the goose, so it's not exactly for scale. Kraybeck, yeah. Oh, I was talking about the Forge World one because I have that. I have both versions of the Forge World Warsmith, the cool one. But yeah, Kraybeck works too. Kraybeck is cool. So chunky, yeah. He got that chaos juice. He was a bit scared. That's not very goose-like. He's supposed to be challenging you, and peace was never an option. Video Apollo, awesome goose though, yes. Cool Zangors. Oh, Jamie. But yes, very good job, Rob. You have improved a lot since the last time we looked at your stuff. But very, very good job. Only when the back is turned. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have some miniatures. David, I see what you posted in the surprisingly base takes. You bitch. How dare you? How dare you? You a bitch. Okay, next up we have some miniatures from Panda. Looking for feedback on Calgarns and feedback on the Vitrix Guard. Okie dokie. Ooh, that's a nice looking Calgar. David would be proud. It's based. Fulgrim gets on the fridge. How dare you? And the power go to his head. Yeah, I know. Calgar's. God damn it. God damn it. Some rich Ultramarines right up your alley. Then David, do you want to be in the Discord for this or no? That was a trick question. You're not allowed in it. Just kidding. If you behave, you can. The farmer's why I bought Titus. You must behave. Can behave, but I'm okay, then never mind. If you're heading out, then it's fine. No, it's just David or Ickbard or Rev or any of the people with the Friendos tag are allowed to join during streams. And there's a Forge World one specifically for Iron Warriors. I have the Plastic Warsmith. Well, now you know. Cool, shoulder pretty sick. Yeah. Yeah. This is a very, very good looking Calgar. Almost makes me want to get him. Just kidding, no. New to the hobby, so I painted 2 minis until now. Is it okay when you send photos? Yes, you can send photos in the feedback section. That's what this thing is for. It's open to anyone that wants to share their miniatures, that wants feedback and critique in order to learn how to paint miniatures better, or just get advice on how to paint miniatures better. So you can, yes. But I mean, if this is just from the front profile, let's see the rest of it. Yes, this is looking real good, mighty good. Would burn up into a crisp if you had to paint anything loyalist. David, I paint Custodes. And I also paint Alpha Legion now. Didn't you know they're loyalist? Great edge highlights, yes. Alpha Legions are totally loyalist. See a hole in my wall in the future? Yes. I don't have the new miniatures, so no, they're not. Hello, Talos, how you doing? How many Calgars there are? I bet they're going to sell Calgar paints next edition. Yeah, they're just gonna rename Macragge Blue to Calgar Blue. Or are they? Okay. Yes, this is a very good Calgar. I can't really, let's see. Let me try and think of what can be. Maybe I would go one little bit brighter on the cape is what I would do. Because right now the cape, yes, you have the shadows in it, but it's kind of looking a bit flat. And maybe I think you could use a little bit of a little bit brighter colors on the metallics too. Cataphracti for proxy, nice. Candor blue is Calgar blue or match the lens. Oh yeah, is there Calgar blue? Oh yeah, there is. I forgot. That's because I don't play Ultramarines. But what about Calgar red and Calgar gold and Calgar white? And Calgar silver? All must be Calgar. It's really good. Yeah, so I think for this miniature, the only thing I can think of that could be... Oh yeah, I also noticed you just painted the base rim blue. Nice. Only thing I can think of is maybe it needs a little bit more tech highlights on it for the cape. The cape and the metallics need a few highlights is what I think needs to be done. Also, is the part of the gun supposed to be black or is that silver? I can't tell. That could probably be highlighted too. Now that I look at the base is actually fine. You have enough variation in light tones for there. Calgar pink, Calgar mud texture. Yeah, I think the only thing you need to do is just do a little bit of highlights on the cape to make it a little bit brighter. That's what I would do. The Calgar is looking pretty good. Now let's look at the Vitrix Guard. These are the new Vitrix Guard too. A very nice looking banner. Here you see, I'll keep them on. Yeah. Yeah, again, here's the thing with the capes too. Although I think you might have done a bit too much wash on these capes because I'm seeing pooling, coffee staining. It's not. Yeah, you might have gone a bit heavy on the wash for these capes. These capes, you went a little bit too heavy on the wash. Pink Ultramarines. How much of a redneck do you take me for? What? What do you mean? I didn't even bring that up. Then got too excited for it. Yeah. Such an ultra. No problem. These are looking pretty good too. Only thing again is just the capes. Everything else looks pretty good. I can't tell if these are highlighted or there's not, like, you did the highlights on Calgar, but you didn't really do it on the Vitrix, although that's fine. That's what I would do. I would do some highlights. Oh no, I see highlights. They're just hard to see in some areas. For a minute, I couldn't paint that well if I tried. Well, here's the thing, just paint enough and you will get better. Everyone starts somewhere. Not everyone's first miniature is going to be good off the bat. Light highlighting on the Vitrix. Ah, okay. A little bit of layer painting can't fix. Yeah, that's true. Brother Clarence. But yeah, these are very good. You did a very good job on these. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have Black Templar Enthusiast feedback. Okay. So these are kind of rough. Wait, or it doesn't matter who shares. Shut up, David. These are kind of rough. There's not really any highlights. Some of the metallic paints is kind of chunky. I don't think you thinned it down, so you need to learn how to thin you need to thin down your metallic paints. Yeah, these are rough. Yeah, these are really rough. I think the biggest thing is just you need to learn to thin your paints. Yeah, paints need to be thinned. Because paints need to be thinned, and you need to either pick a different color, because it looks like you've done dry brushing too. You need to do that in steps. Yeah, these are... Well, actually, these two different ones? Yeah, these are two different ones. This one isn't as rough as the other ones. It needs work, but it's not as rough as the other ones. It's just... It needs some kind of dry brushing, a little bit better dry brushing of highlights. And the paint needs to be thinned. That's really all I can say about these. And you also need to do your bases too. But I mean, you did good for the decals, there's that. I can't see the lines from the decals. Bit of mold lines, and that guy's Iron Halo's gone. That was intentional, though, I'm thinking. So yeah, just for this, it needs to thin your paints. Needs a little bit of highlights in some areas with a dry brush, since it looks like these are some of your first minis, I'm guessing. A little bit easier on the wash too, now that I'm looking at it. And also, you need to make sure that your paints are opaque, because, or just you paint it enough so that way you don't see the bottom layer. Because for the leather on the holster, I can see the black base coat under it, and the same with the tabard, I can see the black base coat, and also kind of with the skull too. So you just need to paint a bit more. You need to make sure your paints are thin, and then you also get complete coverage. Other than that, good job. You painted miniatures. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have Nico, the honorary Night Lord's finisher world priest. First time hand paint. I had painted something in that many separate parts. Both shoulders, both cape. Parts, power pack were all painted separately, so sub-assemblies. Head is 3D printed, hood made from green stuff afterwards. Honestly, quite satisfying. Low tip on high, you put the wolf head transfer onto the knee. Though it's way too round and somewhere, always stood away. Also, general feedback and critique would be cool. Okay. Was it the heresy warpsman? Huh? What? I don't know what's going on. What? Okay, but whatever. Hello, skeleton. How you doing? Okay, so what do you want to do? How to put the wolf head transfer onto the knee? Where on the knee exactly? I can't exactly tell, because you already have some runes that you paint on the knee, and I don't think those need a transfer on the knee. Okay, let's look at this. So your paint application looks pretty good. I think need probably a little bit of texture on the base, because that doesn't count as battle ready, I'm pretty sure. Nugget here, I wanted the wolf head where the runes are now. Oh, so are the runes, are those molded in details, or are those decals? Because I don't own this miniature yet. I will be buying it eventually. So decals. Okay, so what you need for that is you need a thing called microsol and microset. That's what you need. Base has snow on it. Okay, runes are transferred. Okay, so what you need to do is you need it's a decal setting solution called microsol and microset. Is live but you do sell more paints? Yes. Isn't it wolf so nice? Paint for the paint god. Yes. Yeah, well, you have to have on the bases, you have to have a base coat, a wash, and a highlight. So basically what they could have done for this, honestly, if they really wanted to be funny, and despite GW like I see some people do, is they paint the base a color, put a wash on it, and then lightly dry brush a highlight. Texture paint for the texture throne. Yeah, you need microsol and microset if you want to put a decal on a round surface. Gonna steal sand from the beach. Make sure that you bake the sand though first, so that way you kill any of the little critters in it, or else it'll grow stuff on your base probably. So. Okay, but yes, looking at this miniature, looks pretty good. I like the 3D printed head. I couldn't even tell the head was like, I thought that was the original head, and same with the hood. And the horns, I thought you meant you 3D printed the horns, but it's looking pretty good. I couldn't even tell the hood was green stuff. Nations for airbrush, preferably $150. If you're just starting, I think there's an Amazon deal that I got. I don't know how it's the same price, but ages ago I got an Amazon deal for a brush and an air compressor that has a tank combo for I think under $150. I don't remember. Have you watched the Mall? Yes, I watched Mall Shadow Lord. I liked it. It was good. Very good show. I liked it. I'm just gonna wait for Mandalorian to go to Disney Plus, so I'll watch it there. Even though I heard literally nothing happened with the movie, it could have just been on the TV show. I mean, on Disney Plus to begin with, because it's just like season 4 is what people were saying. But yes, back to the miniatures. So I think this needs highlight. What this needs really is just highlights, and it'll be good. And you also need to wash the grip on the Crozius is another thing too, because it doesn't look like it has any wash on it. Okay. Yeah, you just need highlights. That's pretty much all I can think of. It needs highlights and then it'll look good. And maybe if you want, this is just me, but because I see some areas of pooling on the backpack, I would maybe go over it again with your base coat. But honestly, I think if you just do highlights with this, it'll be fine. Yeah, so this just needs highlights is all it needs, honestly. Highlights, and I think you just... Oh, there's... I can kind of see there's a wash now. A little bit. Oh yeah, I just remembered I need to reset the funds for bad financial decisions counter. It's been a year. It gets reset every channel anniversary. Never tried highlights so far. Yeah, that's fine. Because I would maybe try highlighting then if you're not comfortable doing it on this one yet, trying it on like an intercessor maybe as a test. And make sure you have like at least a nice sable brush in order to do highlights, because that makes it a lot easier, because synthetics are kind of terrible for doing highlights. So I would do that. Oh, there we go. There's where it has the snow. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. And also, before you put the decal on, I would paint over the runes too. Unless you already put varnish on them, or else the transfer sheet that you do for the wolf head is going to like look weird, because you got to see the layer lines from the transfer underneath it. But yeah, this is... You did a good job. I like it. Looking pretty good. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have from Alex, feedback on the cat. For Trajan's little thing on his shoulder. I mean, it looks pretty good. Maybe, I can't tell if you did wash on the face, because it's kind of... The pink of the nose is kind of blending into the face. And I know there's definition on this because I can see the light hitting the shadows. So maybe you might want to put a very light coat of wash on this thing, or do recess shading on it. But I mean, it looks good. Looks good. And then also the pink in the nose, again, that could also probably use like a reddish wash. Not reddish wash, like, isn't there like a pink contrast wash? I don't remember. Whatever. It looks pretty good. Not really much to say about it because it's just a part of a miniature. Okay, next up we have from Lika, making us all look bad. Gaz and Silly Nurgling the Filer. Feedback, please. What do you want me to say? I can't really think of anything for feedback on this. This is one of those things where it's like, this is just so... Anything would be nitpicking.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
Yes, exactly. I mean, god damn it. Like, what the fuck? This just makes us all look bad. Jesus Christ, man. You're making us look bad. Like, the paint, like, anything will just be nitpicking. Like, on the claw right here, some of the scratches aren't, like, I can see the base layer beneath them and they're not really completely opaque. And also some of them are too thick. Some are too thick. But it's like, what the fuck do I say? These are just so good. Oh, wait.
Oh my god, it's so goddamn cool!
Yes. I think you missed a spot for the flesh texture, maybe? Right here? Because it's not bright. Because that's supposed to be his flesh underneath it, and it's not as bright as, like, him. Wasn't happy with the scratches, yeah. You missed a spot right here. It looks like you missed a spot, I think. Oh, also too, I just realized. Is Dusty okay? And you maybe paint the lightning bolt yellow, maybe? It's there, it's only the base layer, so it's the deep try to get the highest tone. Ah, okay. I mean, what you could do is you could also maybe put yellow on the gun for the lightning bolt right there, if you wanted to do that. Because usually when you see the lightning bolt, I usually just think it should always be yellow. That's a good looking Marnie's Calgar. Yeah, that's a great looking Calgar. Yes, that's looking pretty good. And also you missed some highlights on the hoses right here. And that layer's a bit too chunky right there too. Okay, not enough nitpicking for that. Let's see what else we got. So we got the defiler. Why are you making us all look bad? It's not fair. But yes, this is a very funny defiler, though. It's a Nurgling piloted defiler. You've seen that defiler on your Insta. But yes, it looks very good.
Oh my god, he's so goddamn cool!
I mean, I can't really think of anything to critique on this, is the thing, too. This one's looking pretty good, too. I mean, I've seen you posted this one a couple times already, and even then it still looked good. It just looks even better now. It's not fair! We love the sassy Nurgling, yes. Even GW does. It has its own little plushie. That was a different one? Oh, okay. But yes, it looks amazing. Huh, sorry. Looks pretty good. Looks real good. You did a very good job on it. Very good job on all the miniatures you posted. Very, very good. Thank you for sharing. Not much for me to critique on it, though. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have... From Skeleton. Feedback. Miniatures, a Blackfire Maiden from the Batman miniature game that I plan on using as proxy with the artillery for Trench Crusade. There's a Batman miniature game? I just saw the helmet I'm painting. Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, those still need to be painted, but the thing is, though, the miniature already looks so good, it's kind of hard to notice. Mini Prime and sitting above for age and want to try experimenting with using speed paint and streaking grime. Well, it looks good. Looks pretty good. I think maybe a dry brush on the brick wall maybe would do it some wonders. And then I'm not sure if it's the lighting But the skin tone looks really, really pale and really, really bright. Hello, Bobo. How you doing? I'm 5'10". I'm barely no Harper singer. God damn it, David. But yeah, the skin tone is very, very bright. But for using speed paints, this looks pretty good, although the candles... I'm not too sure about the candles because they look yellow. I feel like there should be yellow. The game is fun, but defunct now. Oh. What is it? Okay. I am not short. I would also think, I know it's supposed to be sewer water, but maybe it kind of blends into the stairs too a little bit. So I'd maybe fix that. Make her look ginger jeans, the real pale skin. Yeah. I think it just might be your light that's blowing out the colors. But I think the sewer water needs to be a different color because, like I said, it's blending into the base. Model's a little sus. Okay. Yeah, I think just the brick could use a little bit of a dry brush. I'm not too sure about the candles because the color is throwing me off, and then also the wash on it too needs to be tidied up a bit in the water. Other than that, it's a very nicely painted miniature. The subject of the miniature is pretty well painted with speed paints. Looks pretty good. Thank you for sharing. I don't need help with asking to get things off the top shelf. Yeah, I think that's what it is too. The dirty down, the grime. Next up, we have Lieutenant Spaceman. First night ever. Kind of bad photos. Critique Bodo's photo, please. On Pride and Joy sound with a dreadnought. Okay. Okay, let's see. So, first things first, you need to make sure you reach full opacity with your paints, because I can see your base layer under the white paint. And then also, you need to tidy up your lines too, because I am seeing a lot of gold paint on the red panels, and you don't want to do that. And there's also some paint that you need to... You're just missing paint in certain areas. You should have probably left the panels off before you painted them. You did panel lining too, which is good. I think, yeah, you just need to do cleanup is what it needs. This definitely needs to be cleaned up. Let's use some love, yeah. Wasn't trying to do water on the base. Well, I mean, you could just paint it gloss. You just could put a gloss varnish over it and it'll look fine. It should be dirty sewer water. But yeah, I think for these knights, it just needs cleanup. Maybe I would also do a dry brush on the metal parts, the skeleton parts, silver parts. You should probably do that. Did you also forget to paint the toes too? No. You also didn't paint the trim on the toes. That needs to be painted too. So this thing is mostly just needs to be cleaned up. Is what it is. It definitely needs to be cleaned up. Oh, sorry. And then this guy. Okay, this thing. Again, you need cleanup in some areas. Also, please, for the love of God, dust it. And then also, it might need wash in some areas too, because everything's kind of blending together. Well, I'll take your advice though. I'm leaning to make it look like sewer water. Yeah. But yeah, you need some shading on this, like in the recesses, because it's all blending together. It looks like what you did was you just painted gold and then you did your base coat and you painted it gold. So yeah, this it needs a wash of some sort to make the panel stand out. So add healthy graffiti on the brick wall. See how it turns out. Yeah, I would, if you want to freehand do that. Do like, even if you want, you probably just use like chaos decals and stuff back in hour. Okay. Yeah. Other than that, good job. They need a bit of work, but good job. Commander of Kirby's. Let's see. Working on a Seif Dorn. I did some writing freehand Kirby because that's what I do for all my vehicles. Any feedback on what I could fix or add to this? Okay, so for your freehand, you might wanna. I know it's supposed to be done on with a paintbrush. It's supposed to be the way it looked, but maybe get a bit of. I would maybe work on getting a better brush, maybe. Oh, again, this could just be the way it looks too. Got some paint markers. I'm trying to use that. Yeah. See. Make sure the letters too. You can actually are legible too. Because I can't even tell if that's a C. I know it's a C because I can imply it from the power of democracy. There's not really. I would have liked to see the entire tank, is the thing. Because the freehand is fine. I can see your weathering is also good with the paint chipping. That's pretty good. Free-handed Kirby looks. Oh, sorry. Free-handed Kirby looks pretty good too. Yeah, I would have liked to see the entire tank. And also maybe clean up right here too. Probably some areas need to be cleaned up because the paint is bleeding onto other panels. I mean, that's about all I can say. God damn it, Lika. Thank you for sharing. Damn it, Lika, stop making this look bad. How Lika with a Bellacore. Feedback. Video quicker turnaround started Friday. Well, back then started Friday night. Friday night. Finished up Sunday morning. Just a nice change of scenery from army painting nids. Okay. For this one, a bit more. I can give a bit more feedback. So his skin, you can see, like, I know there's supposed to be like plating or something on his legs or something, whatever that is, part of his tough skin or whatever. It's kind of blending in a bit too much, and it needs a bit of more definition in there, like in the recesses. So one of the Bellacores I've seen, yeah, I know, just look at that base, goddamn. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. Face looks pretty good. Better edge highlights here. I think you forgot to highlight part of the tabard right there. But yes, it's looking pretty. He even has the OSL on the chains too. My God. Kick my ass. Yes. This is an amazing Bellacore. No TCG player, I do not want to buy anything from you. I did it, person who painted it. I'm pretty sure airbrush is what they did. Oh my God, that is a very, very, very damn nice base. It's not fair. Oh my God, this looks so good. But yeah, I think just some areas might need a bit something in the recesses, because even right here I can see details that's supposed to be a recess, but it's you can barely see it. Just needs a bit more definition. No, I don't. I just get random ads for it because that's what, because Warhammer streams, you get ads for stuff that other people do. Would you buy a piglet? No. I can't own one over here where I live. But my god, this is a nice looking Bellacore with a very nice OSL. You did a very damn good job on this. And then, oh, the new orc miniature. You shipped to California. My god, it's not fair. It's so nice, Jesus Christ. Looks very, they even, oh my god, they even did the texturing for the metal plates too. My god. We're in the Discord. Do you submit the minis? In the channel called Show Us What You Got. And you have to make sure also that your name is green. If it's not green, you can't really post anywhere. God damn it, Lika. A very, very nice miniature. Jesus Christ. DM you but never responded. When did you DM me? I don't think I ever got that. Or are you talking to Tony? Oh, Tony. Okay, yeah. I see. Oh, god damn, these are nice. Some very, very nice miniatures. Very, very nice. Okay. Very good. I can't really critique this one either because you did such a good job. But thank you for sharing. Okay, then we have another one. One more, and then I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. You're looking at the new orc and Bellacore like Patrick Bateman looking at him. Okay, haha, haha. Okay, so finish this guy sometime right before a tournament. Wipe the floor, but with most things, I'm meaning to Catan. What'd you expect? Feedback is appreciated. Also, any advice on how I can do the lightning better? Kind of boring with only green base coat. Okay. So, have you heard of the paint Tesseract Glow? Unless that's it right there. Oh no, you use that. Amarillo Verde. It's something green. Yes, this is looking pretty good. I mean, the problem with the Void Dragon is that because his whole entire body is silver, it's kind of hard to highlight him. But you did a good job with that. I think the next thing... It's a yellow-green. Oh, okay, yeah. So, Tesseract Glow is another way to get a decent-looking lightning color. But you'd have to paint the lightning yellow. But, like, did a pretty good job with the base. The Void Dragon looks pretty good. You can see the subtle hints of the blue shading that you put in the recesses in some areas. You might want to put it in all the areas, though. All the recesses on him. I do like the green, though. That's a nice color. I mean, the dark green's a nice color. Let's look at this one. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I know you're not using an airbrush because I can see from you attempting to do the green glow on the Void Dragon. Thank you for the hydrate. Forever Glaze Hex Wraith. But yeah, I think if you want to do the green glow, you got to go a little bit lighter on the green color. You have to make it into a glaze consistency. Because while it kind of looks like you tried to glaze it, it's still a bit too... There's a harsh line when going from the silver to the green, if you can see what I mean right here. The line is pretty harsh. Glow could use more contrast shade with the dark green to highlight the green with the mix of base with nice yellow. Yeah. Used moot green, nothing more, okay. Yeah, you might need to... It needs a glaze. Like, this should have been... Brain. Yeah. So you can try Tesseract Glow to make the lightning look different, but what you could also do is to do Tesseract Glow, you would paint it white, and then what you would do is you get a bit darker. How was the way I did my Tesseract Glow? I don't remember. How did I do that? What did I do? I'm trying to remember how I did the green glow on my Gray Seer. Because I remember I used Tesseract Glow, but I don't remember what other colors I used. But I mean, other than that, you did a pretty good job. It's just, yeah, the lightning does look a bit flat. I mean, another thing you could do actually is, I'm trying to think. Another thing you could try, although I would maybe test it on a small area first, is you can take a bit of white paint, dry brush it over a little bit of the lightning, and then hit it with Tesseract Glow. And you might get a bright yellow. You'll highlight you'll get some white on it. Sorry, you'll paint the white with the Tesseract Glow, and it'll get a brighter green glow with a little bit of a yellow hue. Can I still post another mini just finished with like some? Yes, you can. I'm gonna keep going until I can't go no more. I'd like to get through all of these today, because after this one, there's not many after it. Well, there's more now because people have been posting stuff. Yeah, but now I'm gonna take a little 5-minute break to use the bathroom and grab a snack. So I will be right back. And I just realized I do not have a BRB screen anymore. Yippee. Excuse me. What's this one? Yes, okay, there we go. Okay, be right back. Excuse me, cat. Oh, yeah. I have returning. Okay. Ugh. The guy is sus in the back, yes. You're making minis and the barrier for entry is so daunting with how many tools and materials you need. Yeah, that's how it is, McLovin. Funny name, too. Enjoying the music, yes. Okay, let me get rid of that, but first I need to close down a bunch of these photo tabs. Oh my god, there's a lot. You got bit by a squirrel? You need to go to the doctor now. Might have rabies. Or you'll become a superhero. Think squirrels carry rabies? They might. Dr. Man said you'll be fine. Okay. Okay, let me get rid of that. And now it's back to opening more photos. Let's go. Okay, Badger C, you did not put feedback or critique. So edit that in while I'm adding these photos or you're gonna get skipped. This is a reminder to everyone. If your photos do not say feedback or critique, they will be skipped. Same with Death Captain Garradon. If it doesn't say feedback or critique, it's not going to be looked at. Rob. Same with Llama. I'm not going to look at it because you don't have feedback on it. And my god, what the hell is that? Okay, that one has it. So how's everyone's day going? This one says it 2. Community pile of shame senior video will be. So I'm thinking. Well, it depends on. Well, community pile of shame might be next Monday. First, I have to work it out with Ickbard if he can even show up. How many more we got? Two we go. Okay, llama again. If you don't have feedback or critique, it's not good looked at. Probably also should start making it a rule if the photography isn't good and it's not in focus, I'm not even gonna look at it. Okay, Soba, you need to also put feedback and critique. Yeah, you guys have to put feedback or critique in your post, in the post itself. Emperor's least favorite child. I know you're trying to be stylistic, but it's kind of hard to see the miniatures when there's barely any lighting. So I'll look at them, but I can't really give you feedback or critique because the lighting is... That's not how you show a miniature for feedback and critique. Feedback these two well, that's new. Putting them against the paper towel. Ah, shit. Did they ever add that in or not? Nope, Soba still hasn't corrected it. It really says it in the rules. If you don't post it, you don't say feedback or critique, it gets skipped. Okay. Where do we start? Okay, here we go. Okay, so starting with, where is that one? Video Apollo. Would like some feedback and overall advice on how I can improve my pilot. The piloting night. 100 magnum moment. Do you mean the night pilot? I can't really. You mean the night pilot or the night itself? I can't really tell, but whatever. Let's just go over it. Okay, so the night's looking pretty good. I like the colors you got going there. The guy inside, okay. Well, I'm still gonna critique the night anyway. Very, very nice. Looks pretty good. I can see the checker marks look pretty good too. Oh yeah, I forgot that his strider is fast as fuck. Isn't there supposed to be a part right here? I feel like there's supposed to be a piece right there on the backs of the legs where that little divot is. Huh. Whatever. Okay. Nice decal work. Nope. Music paused itself. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So for the guy inside, the thing is though, you don't really have to, I want to like, it's nice that you care about the pilot inside, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not really the subject of like, it's not the main focus of the miniature. It's the knight itself. But I mean, you did a good job with it, and problem is it's a small miniature. The only thing I could say to improve him would be to try and maybe highlight the silver. That's about it, because you can't really highlight the green of the panels. If those are green, I can't really tell, or it's like a dark green or some like tannish green. You can't really do much to highlight that when you have silver on the outside, aside from like trying to do a volumetric highlight on the raised areas in some spots. But I mean, then the inside looks very nice. I saw while opening the screens, those look pretty good too. Although the center one, I think you might have gone a little bit thick on the lines. The center circular one, you went a little bit thick on the lines. But good attempt anyway, because I know those are small little heads up displays. Okay. I see what the magnet moment is too now. Very, very funny. Or curved now. Yeah, if you don't want that to happen, I would recommend getting some kind of sable brush. Because the brush's curving is because you're using synthetics. Synthetics always curve after a while. But I mean, overall, it's a nicely painted knight. You did a good job. Although there still are some areas that could maybe use a wash, although there technically is a wash on it, and maybe a little bit of highlights, like the black panels right here, like maybe a slight highlight of a lighter gray color to make those pop. And then also right, I kind of see it right here, it's just really thin. But I mean, it's a nice knight. You did a good job, and you went above and beyond by painting the pilot and also the inside of the cockpit, because normally I don't do that. Aren't sable brushes expensive? No, depending on where you get it from. Depending on where you get it from. If you can find an art supply store, they could have sable brushes for as little as $6 each. Because the funny thing is, the sable brush that I used for about 5 or 6 years was like, I think it was like 10 bucks. No, Jamie, I'm not. Hello, Say Young. We're doing Show Us What You Got. Plus also to, I mean, I think Squidmar sells a set of sable brushes for 30 bucks. Or like however much his set of brushes is. Actually, I don't think it's 30 bucks. But yeah, if you can find an art supply store, they'll have sable brushes that aren't like 30 to 20 bucks. The $20, $30 ones are usually the larger sable brushes. What you need for a sable brush is usually a size 1 or 2 round. Well, you need a size 0 to 2 round. One of those. £3 set of 3 Vallejo Superb brushes. My painting has been made 10 times better. 30 years of 40K. Nice. Very nice. But yeah, you went above and beyond for this. Because not everyone really takes the time to paint the insides of the knight, and I know I'm not. Although I can't really paint the inside of my knights because they have electronics in them for the lights. But very, very good job. Be proud. Okay, next up we have Panda. Some very nice looking Tyranids. Get some feedback and tea from a start of my Nid army. I reposted because I took better pictures of the finished up bases. A few spots with the orange peeking out of the plates have been fixed in some spots, but don't want a new set of photos. These are some nice looking Tyranids. Okay. Okay, so maybe I can see you did a dry brush on their back spines or exhaust, whatever the heck they are. Will you paint the inside of the big Titan? For the Titan, yes, because well, the Warlord Titan doesn't really have an interior aside for the cockpit and the head, and I'm still debating on whether I want to put lights in those too, because like maybe for like the basic head, although I might just buy another one of the basic heads because the two other heads are rare and go for buku bucks right now if you can find them unassembled. So at least one of the heads for the Titan is got to be lit up. Yeah, okay, back to the miniature. Okay, so basing looks pretty good too. You also painted some Blood Angels, looks pretty good. Wait, is that a Screamer Killer underneath it too, or whatever the heck that is? I can't tell. Use a makeup sponge of Kantar Blue. I like the LTE. So maybe what I would do. Okay, yes. Hello, cat. How are you? Hello. Hi, Chessie. How are you? How are you? Hi, Chessie. Hi, kitty cat. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Maybe do a 50-50 mix of the next brightest color. Because yes, it's subtle, but from further away, it's going to be a bit darker and hard to see. I appreciate it. Yeah, okay. The blue glow. Looks okay. I mean, the main focus is mainly the colors you did for the chitin, and it looks like in some areas, because you are using a yellow paint, it's a bit thick. Is the issue. Hello, Murph, how you doing? So just honestly try and find a different yellow paint. And another thing I'm having I'm gonna tell you this right now, I would not have painted the talons in this color because the talons look like candy corn now. It looks like it did candy corn nail polish. The chitin is fine because it looks like it's glowing or something. This area, so yeah, some of these areas aren't exactly opaque because I can see the bottom layer below it. So you might want to fix that. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think its main critique is just find a different yellow paint. Is the main thing for that one. Mold lines are giving me cancer. Well, that's why you just gotta fix them. Okay, this one looks not as chunky on the yellow. Although again, there are some areas right here where it doesn't look opaque enough. I can't tell if you did, but maybe get a bit of a brighter blue and put a little bit brighter towards the tips of them. And then also, you didn't. What you should have done is you should have done this effect right here on these ones too. Generally meant to not be full solid. Oh, okay. Ah, you forgot to paint these pink right here. Paint that pink right there. I would also mimic what you have on the big knife head on the little spines behind it. That's been fixed too. Ah, okay. Then why are you posting these? Okay. Have you fixed the spore mines too? Because they don't have their little tentacles painted either. Post them like a leak later. I find some. Okay. I think you might have gone a bit too harsh on this one with the red. Because when you compare this to the others, and also just to the panels, the chitin right there, it looks, this looks weird, the big red on the head. But nonetheless, these look very, very nice. I like the color scheme. Oh, excuse me. Very, very nice color scheme. I actually like it. Very nice and interesting color scheme that I don't really think some people have done. First one I did, so someone's like, oh, okay. Okay. Well, didn't you know things that are brightly colored are usually toxic, or they're usually poisonous or venomous? Yeah, very good job. Thank you for sharing. Okay, next up we have Baron. You want some feedback? Okay. Haven't we seen this miniature before? Or did you stick him on a new base? Well, anyways, let's look at it. So, it's a Tech Marine Kit Bash kind of thing, it looks like. For Blood Angels. Very nice looking Kit Bash. Should I bring my 160 Gargles list for my 6 Norn list to a local tournament? It depends. How much pain do you want to be in? And do you have movement trays? Because you're gonna need them with the 160 gargoyles. Well, we're doing show us what you got. We're not doing stream what you're working on. That would, if you're posting a work in progress, which this is for everyone that's here that hasn't been to a stream before, but every time we don't do a show us what you got, or it's not a, or basically every time it's a Warhammer stream that isn't video games or show us what you got or the community pile of shame, there's another channel called stream what you're working on. It's where like the first like 10 minute, basically the first half of stream, we look at what everyone in like chat is working on, and what that channel is, it isn't for finished miniatures. This one is for, okay, so show us what you got is for finished miniatures. Today's sponsor is Tabletop Stronghold and also Starforge. Use my code and link if you want some cool Warhammer merch. YouTube is shutting me down into 40k fandom again. Pray for me and my wallet. What do you mean? What do you mean? You leave your wallet at the door. You don't have a choice. Magnet Wizard, yes. All-powerful Magnet Wizard. Yes, okay, back to looking at this miniature. Okay. I like what they did with the wings, though. The glow or the bright colors going into the dark color. Although, I feel like it could have been done also on the upper wings, too. Because these ones just being the base color doesn't really look very good, so I'd maybe fix that. Yeah. Well, the thing is, too, I have what is called what I like to call the showman voice, where my voice sounds different as opposed to it does off stream, on and off stream. So like when speaking into a mic, I kind of, if you were to listen, if you were in a Discord channel, you'd realize. Process of magnetizing all my knights and armors. It's a process you hate, but you gotta do it if you don't want to spend more money to have every single loadout. Take a break after the whole anti-female custodians. At least they have resin 3D printer modeling kit skills. Yeah. Well, the problem is, like, if you ignore those people, the real problem a lot of people had with female custodians was the way they introduced them was not very good, and also it didn't really help that the gaslighting from the person on the Twitter. That person didn't really help either, and I think they have since been fired. From what I have heard in the grapevine. Want to look perfect? Yeah. Okay, but back to the miniature. Yeah, the miniature is looking pretty good. I also like that you gave it fluorescent paint, I guess. That's pretty cool. All I gotta say though is I really hope that miniature is pinned into the cork. If it's not pinned into the cork, that thing is gonna break very easily. Incredibly easily. Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, at least they're not the Trench Crusade. They're not Trench Crusade. Wait a minute, just the vitriol I saw for it, maybe something. Well, the problem is too, a lot of the vitriol was from people that like weren't even into Warhammer. Is the thing that I noticed. Like you could say, okay, then post your armies, post your armies, or post your Custodes army, and they couldn't even do anything. Well, actually, no, not winning. Trench Crusade's kind of screwed over the goodwill they had at the start. Because of the whole... Okay. The whole thing of, what was it? Being like, oh yeah, we have this obvious setting of real world religions fighting against demons. Oh, but they're not the good guys. The demons, they're implying that the demons are the good guys or that kind of thing. Although it really irks me about Trench Crusade is them going completely throwing like the people that built them, which was 3D printing, under the bus. And be like, oh, we're not going to do 3D printing anymore. That kind of thing, but yeah. Okay, back on track. So. Okay. Yes, this is a very nice miniature. Oh, the heretics are the good guys. Well, here, no, the thing was they're saying no, the very obvious real world religions, because the thing is though, in the Trench Crusade lore, Jesus actually exists too. If you could own one military vehicle and didn't have to worry about maintenance or refueling, what would you pick? Difficult. I don't know. For me, it's either, I want to say either a Challenger 2 or an Object 279. But if it was an American tank, probably... Trying to remember what tanks I liked from War Thunder that I... Oh, a T-95. There's an entire battleship on the table. Both sides are horrible. Ones are literally hell yeah. Yeah, it's just I was interested in Trench Crusade at first, then I stopped being interested because of like the whole 3D printing thing. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but the problem is all the hype around it has died down. No one at my game store plays it at all. I don't either. Yes, very interesting picks. They gave Britain lore, so it's trash. Okay, but yes, let's stop getting sidetracked. But yes, this is a very, very nice miniature. The checkers can be a bit neater, and you should probably also do the same effect on the upper wings too, because it looks flat right there. And maybe a bit of highlights along the edge of the wing. But other than that, very, very good job. Okay, next up we have Erebus did nothing wrong. Feedback, please. Okay, so... What's that cat doing? Oh, she's being a goober. So... I think hello. Who dat? Oh, hello, Tickbard. What are you doing here? Hello? Hello? I can't hear you. Tickbard, I can't hear you. Hello? I don't think your microphone's working. Hello? Nice. Later, Lucifer. David's being a goober, but what else is new? Well, I mean, if you look in... Yeah. Well, if you look in surprisingly base takes, you'll see David did something. Yeah. 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 I like how someone joined the server and then immediately left. That's funny. Yeah. Yes. Definitely a Monday. Yes. Okay, back to this miniature. Okay, the photo is blurry for one. Wait, Ickbard's muted? How is he muted? What the hell? Oh, stupid Discord.
God damn it.
Well, there you go. Well, he wasn't speaking for a bit, and then he just said hello.
I said so much more than hello.
Okay, then say it again.
Chat, hit dislike on this stream.
Wow, no, don't do that. Don't be a dick. No.
Oh no, interacting on your stream. Oh, it's so sad. Chat, hit a dislike, leave a comment, call Handy a stinky poopy head. Why don't you go over to my YouTube channel and click on my YouTube video and click the thumbs up button that I just uploaded today.
You're welcome for the thumbnail, by the way.
Yeah, it's a nice thumbnail. Thank you.
Master Part me, no. I haven't streamed for 2 weeks. I forgot that happens.
Well, chat, ironically, after Handy fixed his mess up here, I'm now going to have to leave the stream and take care of more things at work. So, to all of you, I bid you adieu.
What? Okay, back to the miniature. Okay, so... I think... What the hell, Rob? The fuck, man? What the fuck, man? Who starts conversation with that? Well, I mean, wrong about that part because, well, if people are in the Discord, they know what he said earlier in the general chat. I am waiting for him to say it. Yes, okay, back to the miniature. So, let's see, Golden Team Worthy. I don't know about that. It needs a bit of work. It needs some work. It's a bit messy in some areas. I think the glow is going a bit too much all over the place. I can see it on the top right here too. Other colors are fine. I think they might have gone a bit too heavy on the wash because I can see the glossy texture from the wash. And the blood too. Yes, Rob, you were. Skull also has some of the green bleeding onto it. Straight contrast. Is that contrast? I can't tell. Sewer one. Okay. Yeah, my only complaint is really just the lenses on the head, on the helmet. And maybe some areas where the black wash got on the green panels. Cloak tabard could use some highlights. I also see some gold on the silver for the bullet casings. I mean, other than that, I can't really say much because it's only one photo. But thank you for sharing.
I like what you got. Good
excuse me.
job.
Okay. Next up, we have Robzilla. Huey, feedback on your team. Huey been working on first time I used weathering powder. Quite some effort in the paint job so the windows get ruined. Yay, chicken for scale. Don't let chimkin for scale. Don't tell them we're gonna eat them. It's corn red. Okay. It was a very good looking Huey so far, and do you mean you ruined the windows because of glue or because of paint? I can't tell if that's paint or glue. They are in the freezer as we speak. My god. Yes, glue. Okay, so if you want to do glue, I recommend you buy something called canopy glue because it dries clear. Yeah, so you want to buy something called canopy glue. I can show it to you next stream on Wednesday. Because I use canopy glue for my model train stuff. Canopy glue. It's a glue that dries clear. Oh yeah, wow. What did you use to glue these down? Super glue or something? Need some from middle. No, canopy glue. If it only works, it's very frosty outside as well. Yeah. Canopy glue. It depends. It's only if you're using like acetate sheet, which is or just a clear parts. Because that's what canopy glue is for. Plastic glue and super glue. Yeah, super glue causes that on clear parts. It causes that frosting. You can fix it by making the model part of a winter diorama. Yes, you can actually. But the Huey's painted very nicely though. And there are the chimkins for scale that are now in the freezer. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Decal work is pretty good. I like the color. Looks very, very nice. And I can't even... Oh, I can see where the weathering powder is, yeah. On the engine. I couldn't even tell. It's just so subtle. You did a good job with that. Did a very good job with the weathering. Very subtle. Man with a plan. Hello. Broke one of the arms on your Biotitan? Oof. Yeah, the Biotitan is very spindly, and that happens a lot, apparently. Thank you for sharing.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, next up we have more from Panda. Feedback and critique, please. Okay, we have another Ultra Smurf. This time I think this is the Gravis Captain. Looking pretty good. I think it's the same thing as on your other miniatures. Although I can kind of see a little bit of a brighter highlight on this guy's cape. Second Gravis Captain. Studied pictures of Huey's and name. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I think you also did go a bit heavy on the wash again on this part of the kit because you can see the coffee staining. Backgrounds look better. And it's whatever someone chooses to do. It's up to them. Like, I can see a bit of coffee staining right there. And right here, so fix that maybe, or try to. But I mean, there's not really much to critique on this one besides the cape and the coffee staining like the previous miniatures. It's just a nicely painted miniature. You did a good job. I like Wash's little downfall, but yeah, Wash, there's a reason we call Wash's Liquid Talent. Because they are very good at creating shadows, so you don't have to. Okay. Yes. Thank you for sharing. Okay, everyone, ready to feel like your painting skills are mediocre again? Because mine do.
Good job.
Have another one for Lika. Test model for Blood Angels feedback. This is a test model, everyone. My God. Like every other model you paint, it looks gorgeous. So maybe some areas could use a bit more highlights too. Because I see how you did highlights in some areas and some that are missing. So go all the way with the highlights maybe. The lenses, I think you can put a darker shade on the, like in the recess of the lenses, like a darker green. Like some kind of wash. Because it all looks like just one color. And it looks flat. Arm looks a bit short. No, well, that's just the pose. Because he has a power fist. A power fist is weird on a normal Space Marine. Cape looks pretty good too. I like the lighting right there. Good. Yeah, I think. Oh, you forgot to paint that. You forgot to paint the scroll on his shoulder. I mean, other than that, it looks pretty good. Although I'm not sure if this is still a work in progress though, because the Aquila on the knee pad isn't done yet. But yeah, all I can think of is just if there's some areas that aren't done, finish those, like the Aquila. Maybe do a bit more highlights in some areas, although I can see them now from this angle. It's just, I feel like the highlight should go across the entire top edge, maybe. Then the lenses too, like I said. Maybe a bit of a dark wash somewhere in the recess of the lenses, because it looks too flat to me. But other than that, oh, there's a mistake right there. Oh my God. Other than that, good job. Oh, there's the lighting that was causing that. Interesting. More photos. Only it wasn't so perfect. Well, the thing is with a lot of Lika's models, usually what it turns into is just nitpicking. Just picked up a rabbit. What'd you miss? Okay. Is that also going to be in the freezer soon? But yes, Lika, thank you for sharing. You did a really good job.
I like what
For a
you
test
got. Good job.
Okay, next up we have Loza. My god, there's so many fucking photos left. Huh. I think I'm gonna have to cut. I'm gonna have to probably make a cutoff for this because. Oh my god, there's so many. There's so many more. Already ate two. I'm gonna tell everyone this: get your miniatures in if you want to see them for this stream, because I'm about to post the cutoff. Okay, there's the cutoff. Because like there's 30 more photos to go, and some that were also added too. Okay, Loza, feedback and critique. I was trying the new Black Templar scheme and really enjoying it. The scheme is a perfect spot of concern. Relative to the result, I need to grind out a few rough spots and need a fresh set of eyes. Let's save that for next stream in 2 weeks, please. Because you don't need to dump every single photo. Okay. Let's lose a miniature. It's looking pretty good. Although some areas of the highlights are a bit chunky. Like the white highlight right here, if that's what that is a bit chunky. Some of the highlights on the cloak is chunky. But I do like the scheme, the color scheme though. Hide on my wall, okay. Yeah, so I think what you might also want to do is you're going a bit too bright on the grays, because yes, you have the black colors on here, but once you keep punching up to brighter colors, so some pics in the Discord, you can, but we're not going to look at them this stream. That'll be in 2 weeks for show. The next show us what you got. Yeah, the eyes are good. My only problem is they just went a bit too bright with the highlights, because now you're getting into the territory of them looking like gray Templars. You don't want to go too bright into the grays, because they've gone up to close to pure white for the armor, and that doesn't look very good. It shouldn't look like that. For painting black armor, you never want to go really bright. If you're just doing edge highlights, that's fine. If you go bright, just go like what I do, where I go like Skaven Blight, where I do Skaven Blight then Dawnstone. That's just to like emphasize the edges of the the sharp edges. Why was this thing so late? What do you mean? I started like 2 hours ago. I started the stream 2 hours ago. Plus also I am on the east coast of America. So time zones. Oh, no, this shows. What do you mean late? Oh, yeah, because, yeah, recovering. My voice wasn't too great. Then your nap time? No. Immediately after the stream, I'm going into my garage to work on more model trains, because I just finished one yesterday. Speaking of that, distraction time. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Time for distraction. Ugh. Where's the thing I save it? Okay, there it is. Okay. How long time you get stream for? Until I get through all of these. Yes, choo-choo. They got me trying to unlock and Sega Phase and Wing Prime just showed up. Have a bust night. Nice. Clean the channel real quick. For show us what you got, it's not gonna get looked at this stream. That'll be next stream because I put a cutoff because there's tons of stuff. There's tons of photos in here still that I gotta get through. But yeah, the Black Templars look pretty good. It's just you're going a bit too bright on the highlight color. Which one? There's tons. That's not very specific. You mean the one up in Sacramento? Because I went back when I lived in California when I was younger, and I would go on vacations with my family. We'd go to pretty much all the railroad museums. Sacramento one. I have been to the Sacramento one once when I was younger. Also, the Sacramento Railroad Museum. I think they're the ones that have the Model Railroad Museum too, or something. Who threw that? Who threw that? Jimmy the Cron did. Yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking of, so come back and go down. Yep. So the Sacramento Railroad Museum, they also have the Model Train Museum there too. They're the reason that some of the like really rare model trains aren't like, they're hard to find because they have a bunch of them in their museum. When I saw a walkthrough of the museum, and I think I saw the Model Train Museum, it's like, so that's where those things were. They have them. Well, those things aren't ever seeing the light of day. But yeah, back to the mention. But yeah, these look pretty good. It's just, the only thing is just you went a bit too bright with the highlights. That's about it. Other than that, good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
Here's the hydrate. They're the reason you don't have them. Yeah, I know. When you see huge display, it's quite a sight to see. Yeah. And I'm going to my railroad club tomorrow to run that brand new model train that I just put electronics in. And well, actually another one I'm going to put electronics into today. Although that one's going to be more intense than this one. Because I've got to do a bunch of stuff with just steam engine. Yippee! Museum heist. Okay, ballistic. First attempt worked on paints in the starter box. Even no law, make it look more cool. Any feedback would be appreciated. Okay. So, since these are your first miniatures, first things first, thin your paints. I can see you didn't thin the paints down. Your paint work though is very neat. You need to get rid of ejection pin, the sprue gates though. I can see that right there. So I would say for this is get rid of sprue gates and learn to thin your paints. And why is that guy's backpack on sideways? Huh. Well then, but yeah, these are looking pretty good. There are some areas that still need to be painted though that I can see. Like parts of the gun should be silver. I think that's a purity seal right there. I can't tell. Put the backpack on in a hurry, okay. Yeah, this is mostly just thin your paints and do clean up for like getting rid of casting gates and stuff. Other than that, good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, Lieutenant Spaceman, feedback and critique on this guy. First night bigger than an armor. Took me about a week and a half on and off painting. Okay, so for this one, let's see. Again, we're having the issue of the gold paint bleeding onto the red. And also the white is a bit chunky, so probably find a different white paint. Yeah, definitely right there. It needs to be fixed. I think this is just the same story as the armigers that were posted. Yeah, just same story as the armigers. Starfarm being painted. Yeah, mine too. Yeah, Vallejo has a good white paint. 2 thin coats. Trooper white is pretty good. That's what I use. Yeah, non-chalky white paint. Either Trooper white or one of Vallejo's white paints. And Trooper white is from 2 thin coats. Yeah, GW white paints are hilariously bad. All Vallejo paints are good, yes. There's a reason people in the movie industry... Well, fun story about Vallejo. So, a lot of the old Disney movies, those were all done with Vallejo paints. Cheap too, yeah. Yep, later terminal. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the old Disney movies were, like, all the colors you see, those were done with Vallejo paints. 1.5k Chaos Space Marine Army. Heh. Have fun. Yeah, this is just the same thing as the Armigers. Maybe a little bit of dry brush on the metal skeleton. You need to get a different white paint. You need to make sure that also after you do the gold trim, you want to clean up where the gold trim spilled onto. Other than that, good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
First ever kit bash. Any thoughts on what can be improved from Frenchie? That sounds like feedback. Okay. Airbrush too, yeah. Problem is a lot of people can't use an airbrush. Okay, it's a good looking kit bash. I like how you painted on the chaos trim. That's funny. This is mine, yeah, that's... You painted on the chaos trim, that's funny. Knees. We have trim at home. The trim at home. God damn it. You bastard. Yeah, it's a good looking kit bash. You tried your best. Well, I mean, from 3 feet away, it's looked like the trim. It looks like it's actual trim on there. So you did a good job with that. Got to paint a little skull right there. Also, another thing too you forgot to do is Chaos Space Marines are not gonna have purity seals on them. So you might want to have gotten rid of that. Vas messy. But I mean, it's a good looking kit bash for your first kit bash. You did a good job. There's not really much I can say besides maybe highlights. That's about it. It looks fine. It looks good. Oh, sorry. Yeah, just highlight it in some areas. Make sure for future efforts when you do Chaos Space Marine kit bashes that there's no purity seals. And it'll look good. Good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, next up we have... Redacted Gamer, could I have some feedback on my army? Ghost Starters repainted and primed by hand. Okie dokie. So, first thing. Alpha Legion might have some purity seals. Yeah, Alpha Legion would. So first things first. For large models like this, you want to take the time to clean up the mold lines and ejection in the casting gates. Yes, mold lines. That was the first thing that stuck out to me too. And I could still see gray plastic in some areas too, even though you say you primed it by hand. So you probably... I wouldn't prime by hand anymore. Who threw that? Who the fuck threw that? Jimmy did. Yeah, so for the Ghost Arc, you probably should have done some cleanup on the mold lines and ejection pins. I would have honestly waited to get actual primer because the gray that I can see is distracting. And also you got a bit of green spilling over onto certain areas. It does need to be a bit neater. But yeah, this one's just, it needs work. And I see someone is watching Eons of Battle back there. Okay, this guy... You went a bit too heavy with the green. There is such a thing as too much, and this is it, unfortunately. This guy is looking a bit better. These guys look fine. I think you could have thinned the paints down on this guy. This one's too blurry. I think the main issue just is that you're going a bit too heavy on the green glow in certain areas. Less is honestly more. Like, you can keep the green on the areas like this. It's just for the chest plate and like the eyes, you went a bit too heavy on it. And also certain like just areas that you think should be green don't necessarily need to be that green. Crazy spot with the Eons of Battle logo. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I've had people just for shits and giggles post my, like, while they post their stuff. When they post their stuff, they have me in the background. Forest Necrons, eco-friendly. I mean, yeah. Had to use magnets to weigh it down with the magnet and make do with what I have, and plus spray is expensive. You can, there's certain, if you're talking about GW spray paint, yeah, that's expensive. You can actually, what I recommend is, what is it? If you can find Vallejo surface primer, you can do that with a paintbrush, and what you need to do is you just thin it down a little bit and then get like a giant makeup brush and dry brush it on. Color Forge. Yeah, Color Forge is also cheap too. How much is a Color Forge spray paint? Like like $8? I don't remember how much Color Forge's spray paints are. But yeah, GW spray paint is overpriced. You're pretty much just paying for the name brand. You can either get Color Forge or Army Painter. Army Painter works just as well. Ugh. But yeah, you need to go. I would just go a little bit easier on the green is what I would do. Because your metallics aren't too chunky either. Vallejo's €5. They're good though. Need a replacement GW Attributor Armor Primer is so expensive. Oh, so yeah, I spent a lot on that primer. Ah yes, Attributor Armor. Trying to think. I don't know if Vallejo has a gold primer. I think Color Forge does. I'm trying to remember what who else has like metallic primers. I can't remember if I saw Eons of Battle. He had a video where he did gold primer or something, or it was some Warhammer YouTuber. Oh yeah, Tamiya also has good primers too. Metal primer's a bad idea. Yeah. I mean, if people want to use metal primer, that's fine. Yeah, I need to buy Vallejo's True Metallics. That's another thing I need to buy. These are my first models. Yeah, I know, that's fine. I understand. I'm just telling you that you don't need to go whole ham with the green. You didn't need to use as much of it. Better apply and blocking the exact shape metal as you want. Yeah. I'm not painting Thousand Suns trim by hand. Yeah, I wouldn't either, so... Built copper, but I kind of failed. No, it's fine. Because the problem is, like, a lot of copper paints don't really look like copper. Or close to copper. Usually when you do copper, it's got to be, like, certain coppers got to be a bit brighter. So I think you did fine with that. You painted more of like an aged copper, which is kind of in line with Necrons. Like copper rust. More blech. Yeah. But I mean, your basing looks good too. Your basing's good. But yeah, really all I have to say is just go easy on the green next time. Clean up just clean up the mold lines and the ejection screws. Yeah. The casting gate's a bit better. And then easy on the green. Because your metallic color looks fine. The metallic is fine. That's fine. It's just easy on the green. Like for these ones right here for the warriors, you can keep the green on the guns and the blade. That's just fine. Just go easy on it for the chest. Like this guy right here. You see how it's just subtle? It's not a lot. You want to do that. Maybe put a bit of wash also right here to get the little runes showing too. But other than that, you did a good job for it being your first army. You're thinking... I think it is copper gets verdigris. I don't remember. Or was it bronze? I don't remember. I have been speaking for 2 hours. Yes, very good army. Very good army. Very nice. You did a good job. Just again, go easy on the green next time and clean up those mold lines and casting gates.
I like what you got. Good job.
Right, like the seaside. Is Balthazar Gold a good metallic? Here's the problem. I'm not really a fan anymore of a lot of GW metallics. Because GW doesn't grind their metallic flakes down enough so they can get chunky. Like, I can tell if someone's using a GW metallic depending on how chunky the metallic flakes are. So like, if you want a good metallic, get ones from either Two Thin Coats or Vallejo. Vallejo has good metallics, Two Thin Coats has good metallics. Basically anyone but GW. Copper oxide is a dull blackish or dull yellow. So then, yeah, these are they made them copper. They're just darker. There's copper oxidized. Iron paint metallics are pretty good. Yeah. But yeah, good job. Okay, next up. Thank you for sharing. Next up, we have okay. Oh my god. Least favorite child. So feedback. This is what I was complaining about earlier. Not speed paint. Vallejo Gold, but it's so thin. So yeah, Vallejo. Honestly, for Vallejo, their metallics that I like are their what is it? Their metal color airs. Their gold, you kind of have to mix with another color to make it darker, or even a pigment to make it more gold and not as thin. Alcohol-based Vallejo Gold is different, yeah. I have that gold, it's just a pain in the ass to paint. It's better through an airbrush, the Vallejo alcohol-based paints. Yeah, this is what I was complaining about earlier. I can't really see the miniatures. I can see that you did non-metallic metal, but I can't really tell because I'd like to see more of the miniatures in like full lighting. I mean, yeah, your non-metallic metal is good, but like for next time, either repost them so I can actually see them in full light, because this little light up here isn't cutting it. The knight, I can tell the knight looks pretty good. The non-metallic metal on it is a bit too. The transition is a bit harsh. Pretty sure this got deleted actually. No, it didn't. It's still here. I can see it. I'm literally looking at it in the Discord. But yeah, it's not much. I can see it and show us what you got. I'm looking right at it. Yeah. But yeah, it needs better lighting, so this will be for next time. So this isn't for the painting, this is for the lighting.
Boo! Not cool!
Okay, next up we have Death Captain Garrett on, and they wanted feedback. I saw them posted up there. Okay, so let's see. Have the new Yarrick mini. Okay, this is, I think, going to be another case of a bit too much wash. Is what I think it is. Yeah, this is a case of a bit too much wash. And maybe if that's blood, too much blood. Because I originally thought this was painted red, but I think that's actually blood. Yeah, the black looks good. Maybe a little bit of a highlight along the edge would make it look a lot better. The bone color, whatever the heck this is, looks pretty good. The metallics and golds are pretty good. The tassels for his shoulder pads are pretty good. Everything looks good except for the overuse of the blood is my issue. Because it doesn't look like blood. It looks more like red paint. Because I'm not sure they used blood for the blood god. Like, yes, it's fine using technical blood. Just make sure you don't use too much. On the drilled barrel and mold line. Oh yeah, the mold lines, and then barrels aren't drilled. I know I joke that people should drill their barrels, but honestly, it's up to preference. Honestly, you don't need to drill them, but honestly, you should. Yeah, I think this thing it needs highlights, and I wouldn't have gone so heavy on the blood. 100 barrels of mold lines. Hey, I drill every single barrel I paint. I mean, every single barrel I assemble, and also I get rid of as many mold lines as I can. Yeah, the base is pretty good. It's just, I think it's too much blood. Man, it questions me. Okay. Well, I mean, other than that, good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, next up we have Speaker of Words. Some feedback on these two Gloomspite Gits. And his background is a paper towel. Okay, so let's see. So these little guys look pretty good. Yeah, they look pretty good. I think the black of his cloak could use some highlights. Maybe make sure the little rope on his waist is also completely painted too. And get it with a very light wash, like very, very light wash. Maybe it's a very well painted backdrop that looks like a paper towel. Best background, yes. Those are your Gloomspite Gits, okay. Yeah, so I can tell you did a little bit of highlights on his face for the green, which is good, and also his skin. But you want to also carry that over to his little black cloak too. Because I can't really tell if there's highlights on this. The best background, no background. Yeah, these guys look pretty good. I know there's supposed to be a lot of them too, so maybe don't highlight it, maybe dry brush it, I'm not sure. Or it could be the lighting. I think I am seeing very subtle highlights on it. It's just hard to see. But considering there's supposed to be tons of these guys, I think you did a good job. Try to do some tiny gray ones. Yeah, you can do that. It's just I think you'd use too dark of a gray. Paint your base rims. Yeah, that too. That's another thing. Clean up the base rim too. And not sure if that's blue from the original paint or whatnot. I don't know. Yep, thank you for sharing.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, Bolter Brother, not done unfortunately. Well then, do you want to rush? We really need some feedback. No, you've done half of the result we need. Okay, so your non-metallic metal looks pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say, because I prefer the mini is finished. I like the pose though. It looks pretty cool. Your non-metallic metal is good. That's all I'm gonna say because it's not finished. Well, good job.
I like what you got. Good job.
Okay, next. God damn, this guy is shiny. What the fuck paint did you use? Holy shit. Oh, they even hooked up lights to the inside of it. Interesting. Silver Surfer. Feedback, please, from Tom H. Jesus Christ. That is not pearl white. That is very metallic because I can see the reflections of stuff in it. I have no idea what they used, but my god is it so bright. Bald head. Hey, who you calling bald? I ain't bald. Why is that showing? Why is that showing? What the hell? There you go. I ain't bald, I have a train hat. Yes, I know. I forget I have toggles a lot of the time. No, I am not bald. The model is bald, yes. I'm gonna be getting a new one eventually. Whatever. But I want to know what paint they used, is the main thing. I must know their secrets. Tom H, what paint did you use? What paint did you use? I must know your secrets. But yes, back for the feedback. Okay, so I think might need to go back over some of the areas of silver because the blue is a bit too much, and some mercury. Mercury poisoning, delicious. But yes, this looks very, very nice. I like it. Very simple paint job too, but done very effectively. Very, very cool. Yeah, see, look at how bright and shiny that is. My god, I want to know what metallic they used. I'm going to at them after stream, because I must know. I want to know. Can you show me? Okay. The cables are a mess, though, yes. I think they need to clean up the cables. That does need some work. Cable management is desperately needed. And they used... oh. Paint that shows up under a black light, along with the lights in the model to sync in the chest piece and the base. I have since fixed the cables. It's Gaia noted that weird name. Very weird name, but okay. I am going to Google that real quick so I have it up for later. Ooh, okay, that looks pretty cool. Anything but buying from Green Stuff World. Yeah, this is pretty damn cool. Yeah, there's the light right there, and it's also, I think they did it in the head too, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty damn good. Yeah, Green Stuff World stole my money and didn't give me a refund. All because my package got lost in the mail, and they're like, try contacting your post office. They did. They said that it's lost. Well, we're still not gonna give you a refund. Okay, go fuck yourself. Like, I have the Green Stuff World pigment because that's what Vince Venturella uses. I'm just not buying directly from Green Stuff World anymore. If I ever need more of that pigment, I'm just gonna buy it from my game store. How do people do the lighting thing? Do you mean installing lights in the miniature, or what do you mean? Do you mean like the paint, the fluorescent paint? I'm doing good, man. Okay. So we're down to our last couple miniatures before I cut it off. Okay, so next, thank you. Yeah, again, thank you for sharing the Void Dragon.
I like what you got. Good job.
Next up, we have Squirrel minus the S. Would you like some critique on these two? Maybe I overdid it with the blood on the cloak face part. Okay, let's see. So this mini is looking pretty good so far. I like it. We did get more, but I decided to cut it off because my voice is starting to wane a bit. And I don't want to push it too far after I've just recovered too. Certified Citadel simp. Wait, what do you mean? What? Blood where? Oh, the cloak face. Nah, I don't think you overdid it with the blood. I think it's fine. It could have been a little bit thinner though. Michael, don't leave me here. Michael. I mean, these are very nicely painted. I like the painting that you did with it. Matted down, has a dirty, grimy look to it. Base looks pretty good too. You also got some pretty good subtle highlights on it. I like that too. Going from the black to the red. Clear casting resin with blue stuff for clear parts. For the LEDs connected and battery pack. Battery pack hidden in the base. Grimdark Jukari. Looks pretty damn good. Some very nice Jukari. What did you use? Did you use Streaking Grime or did you put something else over them? I don't know about the bases. Maybe this one's base could use a little bit of work. Also, try and fix that base right there because the texture paste that got on it. Like this one's base. Yeah, this one's base is good. It's fine. It gets the job done. Streaking Grime and washing with a reductive technique. 2 flat no souls. Yeah. Maybe. It's just the first base, this one needs work. I don't know what. Skulls can work, yes. Maybe a tuft of grass. I think it just might need more texture to it. Because it doesn't even... I'm not sure if this is supposed to be concrete or whatnot. They're not corn, yeah. Yeah, but they're Drukari. They're just as weird. Drukari are just as weird. I mean, these are very nicely painted. Very stylistic. I like the dirty look. Did pretty good with the highlights. How instead of doing traditional, like, oh, this is black armor, I'm gonna do, like, increasingly lighter, like, tones of gray to make it look good. Instead, you did a red highlight, which actually looks pretty damn good. Then put some green stuff on the base as bits of flesh. Do that. That could work. Yeah, these are very nice. Thank you for sharing.
I like what you got. Good job.
I like how YouTube stopped that because of what you said. I think so you're talking about something else. Well, I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying, like, the base needs something. If it's part of a model, it's fine. It's just the base needs something to it. I don't know what, but it needs something. And then again, the cape looks pretty good, except maybe could have gone a little bit lighter on the blood. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Okay, got a couple more miniatures to load up. Oh, excuse me, let me hide this real quick. And then we'll pull up those last miniatures. Okay. Let's see, we have from Hitman some Imperial Knights. So let's see. No, I don't want to open that. Feedback critique. I'm in the process of building a thematic list for my knights based on the Autobots and Transformers. There's first one is so there's photos of them individually. So first one is Optimus, second one's Ironhide, third one's Ratchet, fourth is Bumblebee, fifth is Mudflap and RC. I still need to build and paint 2 more of the smaller guys and I'll focus on detail work after they're done. Okay. Not enough Dominus. Okay, let's see. So I have no idea what that is right there, if that's super glue or not, but that needs to be painted over. It looks weird. You've got the same issue as the other person that submitted Knights, where you have the silver bleeding onto the panel colors in certain areas, so fix that. Maybe also do a bit of recess shading and then pronounce recesses. Your paint is looking a bit thick in some areas too, because I can see brush strokes on the silver and on the red panels. So thin your paints. Again, more of the certain colors bleeding onto each other. What else? Let's see. Facing 2, you gotta do that. So yeah, washes, clean up for Optimus. Ironhide, he's gonna need highlights and also clean up. And some wash on the silver. Again, do the base, please. Paint in the canopy glass right there. You probably should have also filled this in, or actually put the insignia right there, the Mechanicum cog or the Imperial Eagle. Going over everything by doing some basing. Okay. Bumblebee, okay. Let's see. Ooh. The yellow I'm not really a fan of, unfortunately. It is very bright, and I can see in some areas where it's streaky too. Has chaos legs, yeah, I can see that. I also fix up the trim too, so fix up the trim. The yellow is very, very shiny. Oh yeah, that's a good point, Banana King, that's a good point to do. Try and freehand on the Autobots logo. Or look for basing. Oh, okay. Probably even just put the Autobots logo on the tilt shields or somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, my only complaint about this is just the yellow. Okay, this one is Mudflap. Yeah, I think of what a lot of this is just doing a wash and you need to do cleanup. First time working with yellow, okay. Yellow's very shiny. Yeah, yellow is a pain to work with no matter what paint you're using. Top or shoulders for logo, yeah. Probably, I would say the shoulders because you have the most real estate. Or even just on, maybe put it on the hatch for the knights. Put it on the hatch. That would work too. Yeah, probably put the logo on the hatch. Okay, this one, let's see. A pink undercoat, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think the rest of these are just gonna be, you gotta clean up and... What happened to the part that goes right there? There should be a part that goes right here, a piece of armor trim. Where'd that go? And also you're missing some grab irons too. But yeah, a lot of this is just clean up and it needs wash. Clean up, wash, and if you want, do an Autobot logo on the hatch. I mean, that's about it. That's all I can think of. For all the stuff that should be done. Ugh. Okay. So yeah, that is it for this week. There's more that were posted, but I'm not going to do those for next week because my voice is starting to go out. Rush the stream next week. You hear Revan call my mom the worst thing he's ever seen. We'll see about that. But yes, thank you everyone so much for sharing. I really appreciate it. We will do this again in 2 weeks. I will be back on looking for clear sticker translation. Okay. But yeah, thank you for sharing, everyone. We'll be doing this again in 2 weeks. Next week is probably going to be the community pile of shame. I have to work that out with Ickbard on the time. So I will be back on Wednesday with continuing to paint the Goth Rocker. But hope everyone has a good rest of their time zone, and I will see you all on Wednesday probably. Goodbye. Oh yeah, let's also see how many times I have to fight Twitch to shut down. Goodbye.